next lesson, we are going to cover the steps that you use to create a pipeline. So this is really lesson 2 of the Quantopian pipeline tutorial. So we're going to create pipeline, run a pipeline, and let's get into it. So the first thing that you want to do is click this Get Notebook. Once you have logged into the Quantopian, your own personal Quantopian account, once you click Get Notebook, it will redirect you to this research environment. So this is basically what it will look like. I have cloned it from the pipeline tutorial lesson 2. So this is really a Jupyter notebook. So let's go through these line by line. So the creating pipeline steps is the first one in the research environment is you need to import pipeline. So it's from quantopian.pipeline, you import pipeline, and follow that by you need to actually define a function to create our pipeline. You wrap our pipeline creation in a function, set up a structure for more complex pipelines that we'll see a bit later on. So this, for now, we're just gonna leave it empty. This is it's very simple. What it will do is basically extract all of the assets in the Quantopian stock price universe. And in a new cell, that's what you want to do is actually instantiate this by my pipeline is equal to make pipeline. So this make pipeline refers to this function that we defined a bit earlier. So running a pipeline, next, now that we have a reference to an empty pipeline, my pipeline, let's run it to see what it looks like. Before running a pipeline, we need to first import run pipeline, a research only function that allows us to run a pipeline over a specified time period. Because we are in the research environment, you do need to import this. In the IDE phase, you don't actually need to do this at all. So I'm going to run these first 3 cells. So run that, define that, and instantiate that. And next thing is to import the run pipeline from the Quantopian research. So we're going to run a pipeline for 1 day. In this case, we are looking at 2015, May 5th, and to run this pipeline, and let's see what are the so-called output that looks like. That's the beauty of Python, is that you can play around with it just to actually figure out what actually comes out of it, so you can actually play around with it. So the results is the variable that we store all the data in. So you run pipeline using this. So run pipeline, which functions you're going to run? My pipe, which is this one here, and the period start and the end period. So we're going to just run 1 day. So 2015 May 5th to 2015 May 5th. So that's just 1 day. So if we run that, and if we run the result, and this is basically the output. So this is all the data. So it's 8,241 assets in this data frame. So basically it's empty. As you can see, all that we've extracted is just the stock price. All that we've extracted is just the stocks itself. So let's play around with this a little bit just to see if you actually make some variation, what would actually come out. So if I change to May 6, from May 5th to May 6, if I just change this from May 5th to May 6, let's see what will come out. So if you look at this, and you will be able to see that May 5th, all this data came out, and May 6th, again, it's the same list of data. So notice that the number of rows that you have now has doubled. So in essence, that's really one way to figure out what kind of output a pipeline provides for you, and allows you to actually play around with it to get a better feel and intuition for it.